How are we doing today, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Man, Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. And you gotta love to see it. When governments try to regulate and control industries that they literally do not understand in any way, shape, or form. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's absolutely hilarious. So let's get right into this article, because this is funny. From the Blaze, Bitcoin wallet exposes ineptitude of Canadian government with blistering response after court tries to freeze crypto assets. Pretty little picture of all the Bitcoins. The Canadian government's attempt to freeze cryptocurrency funds being used to help Freedom Convoy protesters was met with a defiant response by one cryptocurrency wallet. What's the background? After invoking the Emergencies Act and Terrorist Financing Act last week, Canadian authorities began clamping down on finances related to the Freedom Convoy protests. As a part of the Canadian government's efforts, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police sent letters to banks and cryptocurrency exchanges demanding that they cease facilitating any transactions with a list of 34 cryptocurrency addresses. Meanwhile, a judge on the Ontario Superior Court of Justice signed a Marivia injunction. I don't know what that means. To freeze cryptocurrency assets in more than 120 crypto addresses. What's the response? I'm assuming that the Marivia injunction is probably just a specific term that they use, kind of like we have Miranda rights and like stuff like that here in the United States. It's probably the same kind of concept up there. What was the response? This is where it gets funny. Nuncheck is a self-custodial crypto wallet that safely stores Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The company was ordered in the Marivia injunction to freeze all assets the Canadian government believes are connected to the Freedom Convoy protests and disclose user information. But the company refused. Oh yeah. And not only did Nuncheck hit the Canadian government with a blistering response, but the company highlighted that in fact the order demonstrates that the Canadian government does not understand how cryptocurrency works. Nuncheck is a self-custodial, collaborative, multi-sig Bitcoin wallet. We are a software provider, not a custodial financial intermediary. The response began, our software is free to use. It allows people to eliminate single points of failures and to store Bitcoin in the safest way possible while preserving privacy. Because the company does not collect any user identification information beyond email addresses or hold any keys related to the actual crypto assets of Nuncheck users, Nuncheck explained that it cannot therefore freeze assets or prevent the assets from being moved by Nuncheck users. Nor does Nuncheck even know the existence, nature, value, and location of Nuncheck users' assets. This is what happens when a bunch of old, white-haired people in government try to regulate something that they have no idea about. And you know what? In this case, they're not even that old. Justin Trudeau is an idiot, and so is whoever his little finance minister is that came out and said that they were going to do all this garbage. Both of them don't even look, they're probably in like their 40s and 50s. Like, they are completely and totally ignorant of an industry they are trying to regulate, and they have no idea how it works. Nuncheck goes on. This is by design. Please look up how self-custody and private keys work. When the Canadian dollar becomes worthless, we will be here to serve you too. Burn! I love it. 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 You just gotta love to see it. Because of the technology used by many cryptocurrencies, crypto wallets, and other crypto exchanges is decentralized. Government orders freezing or seizing many crypto assets, as Nuncheck explained, is pointless. It is impossible to freeze a Bitcoin or Ethereum address and render it useless to the owner, Bitcoin.com explained. The only way to do that is by using force or threats of imprisonment or death and ultimately obtaining a crypto owner's private keys. This is why fundraisers like the BTC fund that raised 21 Bitcoin utilize multi-signature controls. However, and this is what you need to pay attention to, especially if you're into crypto or have crypto, not every crypto exchange is decentralized. Kraken, for example, is a cryptocurrency exchange and bank that would be subject to orders like those handed out by the Canadian authorities. That is why Kraken CEO Jesse Powell explained that people should not use centralized exchanges if they want to ensure their crypto assets are untouchable. Absolutely. 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 Now, I don't know how many of you out there are into Bitcoin or how much of you looked into cryptos, but I highly recommend looking into it, okay? I'm obviously not a financial advisor. I'm not going to give you advice on stuff like that specifically. I'm just going to kind of tell you what I do, okay? I have most of my savings split about halfway between the stock market and crypto in different varying forms. Not all the same coins. There's a wide variety of them out of there. I have different coins for different reasons that I'm not going to get into because, like I said, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just telling you what I do. But one of the things that we can say for sure is crypto is one of the most secure ways to store value, okay? because of the way these wallets work, because of the way the decentralization works, is you literally own your own stuff and no one can access it, no one can freeze it. There's versions like cold storage where you can literally put your keys and your little wallet with all of your coins on it. You can literally put it into like a cryo freeze thing where they keep it in there for you and you have access to it. There's other options now to where, like, if you've got, there's a crypto wallet out there that, like, if you die, you can like leave certain keywords with different individuals. Like, you can spread it out among as many like key holders as you'd like, and then like a certain percentage of those key holders have to come together in order to unlock that wallet. So that way, like, you can pass it on to your kids or something like that happens if you die. So that way they're just not completely poof and gone out there. Well, they're never really gone. You can go. If you know the numbers, you can actually go onto the blockchain and look at it and go, oh, that's my coin right there. The wallet that it's stored in, I don't have access to, but that's the coin right there. I know that one's mine. So that's one of the things that's kind of wild about crypto, at least Bitcoin specifically. So it's just something to kind of look into. I highly recommend you guys go check it out. Do your own research. Like I said, this isn't financial advice. I just highly recommend you look into this because, as you can tell by the response here from these guys, the government can't screw with decentralized networks the way the Bitcoin works. But hey, that's just my common sense take, guys. This is Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. Thanks, guys.